Imagine entering an operating room and not being able to communicate with your doctor. It happens more often than you think. Here now are Alyssa Dittmar and Aaron Sue, the creators of ClearMask, a device that helps in such situations. Welcome, you two.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to have you here. So Alyssa, I want to start with you. Tell me, how did ClearMask come about and what exactly it's used for?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Alyssa. It's nice to meet you. So, ClearMask came about in 2015. At that time, I was having a procedure done. I remember being wheeled into the operating room, and at the time, all of the doctors and nurses were surrounding the bed using your standard surgical mask. As I was laying on the bed, I looked around and I couldn't understand anything that was going on. I had no ability to communicate whatsoever. It was a very profound experience. I'm deaf. I rely on lip reading and being able to see facial expressions in order to communicate. But with the standard surgical mask, it was impossible. It felt very disconnecting to me. I didn't even feel human. So, since that time, we've been working hard to develop a see-through surgical mask called the ClearMask in order to improve visual communication. ClearMask doesn't only benefit those that are deaf and hard of hearing, but a plethora of other people. Many types of patients. There's 4 specific categories of patients. Senior citizens that have hearing loss. It can be very confusing for those individuals, and that population is growing and expanding quickly, so that's a common occurrence and issue for them. Also, cancer patients, when their immune system is compromised, oftentimes the team members, doctors, nurses, family members, anyone visiting must wear masks for protection and safety reasons for the patient. But the patient's experience is very disconnecting because they can't see anybody smiling. It's very isolating and it impacts their health and well-being. Another category is children that have anxiety. It can be very difficult for them. They need to be able to see their parents' facial expressions in order to get feedback on how they should be feeling. So having a surgical mask over the parent's face adds a lot more stress, and the practitioners spend a lot more time and money trying to console the children. Also, there are patients that use a different language from their practitioner, their doctors. They really depend on facial cues to add information. If they're working with an interpreter or translator, having that individual with a mask inhibits their ability to facilitate communication. So we're very excited about how ClearMask represents universal design. Everybody is able to benefit from visual information, whether it's facial expressions, lip reading, emotions, and so on.
It really is amazing that there was nothing like this on the market beforehand. Aaron, I know that you heard this idea, you wanted to get involved, you guys did it sort of together, right?
Yeah.
You're here in Maryland.
Yep.
What made you want to start production here in Maryland as opposed to going elsewhere and really starting the business here?
We really have fell in love with Baltimore, Maryland as a whole. I think there's a lot of great infrastructure, especially for medical devices, and great talent. We have such great universities here, and there's a lot of just support for entrepreneurs from the state, like TEDCO, the Maryland Technology and Economic Development Corporation, to a lot of the foundations here in Baltimore, Maryland, really support kind of, helping people stay here and grow here.
What has been the reaction to ClearMask? Because just hearing you talk about this, it's amazing to me, again, that there wasn't something like this on the market and that it meets the needs for so many different people in a situation where communication is key. I mean, I can only imagine how scary that was.
Yeah, I mean, the first reaction is the one you had. It's people are amazed that this hasn't happened yet. I mean, it's so obvious. And especially in healthcare when, we believe it's not just about treating a problem, it's about treating people. And being able to see who you're talking to is fundamental to how we communicate and connect. And, we have Skype and FaceTime now and everyone's just like, it's so obvious, like, why did it take so long?
Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you guys hadn't come up with it yet, but you have now. It's been a year and a half, a lot of progress. Where can people go for more information? Because I'm sure viewers are going to watch this and want to get more information.
Yeah, our website is www.theclearmask.com, all one word. And you can contact us at contact@theclearmask.com.
Okay, perfect. So they can email you there. You got the phone number there as well, and then check it out on the website. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.